بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. So alhamdulillah, we've reached the last section regarding Usool as-Shashi. So it's called احتجاج بلا دليل. So it's given a few examples where evidence is presented, but in reality it's not really a dalil for this evidence. It seems like an evidence, but it's not really an evidence. What is this? I say الاحتجاج بلا دليل أنواع. There are a few scenarios, a few situations where there's احتجاج بلا دليل, where somebody takes احتجاج, he presents a hujjah, but it's not actually a hujjah. So first time is الاستدلال بعدم العلة, الاستدلال بعدم العلة على عدم الحكم. That we present the evidence as such. Because the reason is not there, the hukam is not there. Yes? And then it's not mentioned here, but it goes down a few lines down, and it says here. It's like, example, if you say, it doesn't seem so obvious when you present the other argument, but in this argument, it's like saying, هذا بمنزلتي. This is as if you say, it's the same thing as saying, ما يقال, it said, he has not died, لم يمت فلان لأنه لم يسقط من السطح. He hasn't fallen from the roof, so he can't be dead. Died of cancer, died of old age, died of stabbing. So what happens is you can have multiple illah for one hukam. So just because one illah is not there, you can't do istidlal that the hukam is not there. Do you understand? An example is this. You say a wet ground, easy example. A wet ground is a hukam. And rain is one illah. You can't say because it didn't rain, therefore the ground is not wet. What if somebody washed a car? It's another illah. So you cannot do istilad bi adam al-illa ala adam al-hukam unless there's only one illa for that hukam. If there's only one illa for that hukam, then you can say, okay, adam al-illa, adam al-hukam. But if there's a possibility of multiple illal proving for that hukam, you can't say adam al-illa, adam al-hukam. You understand? Achha. Example number one. Example number one. مثال القيء غير ناقض. This is the argument of احتجاج بلا الاحتجاج بعدم الإلا على عدم الحكم. If somebody says القيء غير ناقض, the قيء does not break wudu. أي غير ناقض للوضوء. Why? لأنه لم يخرج من السبيلين. Because قيء, vomit, comes out from the mouth, not the سبيلين. And the ruling is كل ما خرج من السبيلين فهو ناقض للوضوء. So we say, look, listen, it's not right. Because نقض الوضوء, one illa is خروج النجاسة من السبيلين. As far as this is concerned, is خروج النجاسة من غير سبيلين? That's not mentioned. من غير سبيلين. Yes? So yes, خروج النجاسة من السبيلين is an illa for نقض الوضوء. This illa is not found in this example, خروج in قيء. But there's another illa for this one. Are you following? So the hadith that says خروج النجاسة من السبيلين is a ناقض الوضوء does not say that if it's not from the sabilain, it doesn't break wudu. Do you understand? Second example. Somebody can say الأخ لا يعتق على الأخ لأنه لا ولادة بينهما. What we say is, if a person buys his mother or his father who are a slave, or he buys his son or his daughter as a slave, automatically what happens? They become free. You can't own your mother or your father. You can't own your children as slaves. As you buy them, automatically they become free. What's the illa? The illa is the relationship of wilad and birth. Are you following? Yes? So you can't say now that because a brother, you say, well, a brother shouldn't become free then. You say, well, we're not saying the illa is walada for the brother being free. There's another illa for the brother being free. That's Sayyid rahim. Are you following? So the illa between the father and son, father and daughter, mother and son, mother and daughter, buying one of them either way, is the illa for the itq there is what? Wilada. So if that's not found, this means there's no other illa. There's another illa for the brother. So adamul illa is not a justification for the adamul hukam, unless there's only one illa. Example number 3. وسئل محمد رحمة الله عليه أيجب القصاص على شريك الصبي. If there's a person, he accompanies a sabi, there's a child. So قتل الصبي وبالغ. And this baligh is a sharik. The baligh is a sharik. So if a baligh who's sharik and a child, both of them kill another person, is there going to be qisas? So Imam Muhammad rahmatullah says no. لا لأن الصبي رفع عنه القلم. Because a sabi, he's مرفوع القلم, meaning he's not mukallaf. He doesn't have enough intelligence based on which the Sharia makes him what? The Sharia makes him mukallaf of his action, responsible for his actions. So somebody said, فَوَجَبَ أَن يَجِبَ عَلَى شَرِيكِ الْأَبْ, that if the father and a baligh person, another a sharik here, so if a ab and a sharik, if these two people kill the son, then it should be no what there as well. There should be qisas there. Why? Because here we're saying the illa is raf'ul qalam, and the father is the father marfu'ul qalam or is not marfu'ul qalam? He's not marfu'ul qalam. So it's not the illa for this. Are you following? So yes, in here the top masala, because both people must have what? Both people must have qisas. Then you can have, if everybody involved is qisasable, then we will say here, then this qisas. And if there's any shubha, then the qisas drops. So the top masala, because the sabi is what? Marfu'ul qalam, the illa, the sabi is marfu'ul qalam, therefore the qisas totally drops altogether. So the argument is okay, the father is not marfu'ul qalam, so you know it's not marfu'ul qalam. There's another illa here for not having qisas on the father. Anta maluka li abik. So you belong to your father, and the father is, so if he kills his son, he'll get punished, but not via qisas. You understand? Saying this is لأن الأب لم يرفع عنه القلم. It's another illa. The illa is the walad and the relationship between the father and the son. فصار, this argument here is التمسك. فصار التمسك. This تمسك, this is فصار التمسك بعدم العلة على عدم الحكم. Do you understand? Acha. And then this is the example I mentioned before. So هذا بمنزلة ما يقال لم يمت فلان لأنه لم يسقط من السطح. However, he's got one example, one exception. إلا إذا كانت إلة الحكم منحصرة في معنى أي في شيء في معنى. If the hukam is restricted to one illa, there's only one reason for this hukam, then we say, well, if there's no illa, there's no hukam. Fine? فيكون ذلك المعنى. We say that illa. So ذلك الإلا لازم للحكم فيستدل بانتفائه على عدم الحكم. So therefore, if there's no hukam, no illa, can't be a hukam, because no other way you can get the hukam. Do you understand? Achha. So the example of this is مثاله ما روي عن محمد رحمة الله عليه أنه قال ولد المغصوبة ليس بمضمون لأنه ليس بمغصوب. Achha. We say here that the dhiman is only compulsory because of ghasab. Yes? The dhiman is compulsory. There's only one illa for dhiman, that is ghasab. In this situation. In this situation, there's only one illa for dhiman, which is ghasab. So if a person steals a slave girl, or usurps a slave girl, and then she gives birth, she was pregnant, she gives birth. Yes? Now in this situation, we said, and the walad passes away when he was born. After he was born, there's no dhiman on that, because the person did not steal the walad. He only stole the slave girl. If he has a slave girl, he's dhamin for the slave girl, because the ghasab took place on a slave girl, but he did not do ghasab of the child. So therefore, there's going to be no ghasab. There's no dhiman on the child, because only one illa is not found. There's no hukam. Similarly, ولا قصاص على الشاهد في مسألة شهود القصاص إذا رجعوا لأنه ليس بقتل. Yes. Similarly, if you have two witnesses and their witness or their testimony caused a person to be convicted guilty of first degree murder, and as a result he was capital punishment took place, then after some time the conscience kicked in and they said, I made a wrong testimony. So إذا رجعوا, when they return back, we say, well, you caused him to be killed now. You gave testimony, you gave witness. As a result, that person became guilty, was proven guilty, and then he was killed in capital punishment. Now because you caused that, now this capital punishment on you. We say no. Why? There's only one illa for qisas. What's the illa for qisas? Qatl amad. And did that person do qatl amad? He said no. وذلك لأن الغصب لازم لضمان المغصوب. غصب ومغصوب. Yes? لزمان مقصوب وغصب. وَالْقَتْلُ لَازِمٌ لِوُجُودِ الْقِصَاصِ. The only reason you can get qisas when you kill somebody, first degree murder. So in these scenarios, you have two examples here, where intifa'ul illa means intifa'ul hukam, because there's only one illa for that hukam. Acha. Yeah, I forgot to delete from that previous one. Acha. Another scenario we have where we do ihtijaj but not ad-dalil is istishabul hal. Sahiba means to accompany. So istishabul hal means you what do? You base a ruling based on the previous condition. So the hal, you accompany the hala. You say we will judge and make a judgment based on the previous ruling. We will make a judgment based on the previous ruling. For example, we're saying here, likewise, التمسك باستصحاب الحال تمسك بعدم الدليل. To use istishabul hal as a dalil is actually tamassukun بعدم الدليل. Why is this? إذ وجود الشيء أي في الماضي لا يوجب بقاءه. It doesn't mean that it's still the same ruling right now. For example, we say كان في البيت حية قبل عشر سنة. There's a snake in the house 10 years ago. Can you do istidlal that there's still a snake in the house? You following? So this is the thing. Obviously it's an extreme scenario 10 years ago, but this is what it is. That something was before doesn't mean that automatically have the same condition right now. Yes? However, what we say is we can use istishabul hal to prevent somebody, to prove somebody innocent or to defend their rights, not to make something binding upon somebody. So we have two things. One is dafn, one is ilzam. For example, and the easy example is this, is for example here, is let's say for example a person passes away. Yes? A person passes away, a mafqood. Sorry, a person becomes lost. Doesn't pass away. What happens to him? He becomes lost. We don't know where he is. Masala mafqood ke quduli. He's lost. We don't know how he's lost. Are you following? He's lost. We can't find him. Where he is, no news about him. Look at Abu Hanifa rahmatullah. You have to wait till he gets a certain age, like 100 years or something, then you assume him to be dead. So la yurath. When we say you can't take his money and distribute it as an inheritance, why is this? You're saying istishabul hal, he might still be alive. So he was alive when 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Now he's not alive. Now why are you assuming he's alive? You're doing istishabul hal. Because istishabul hal is valid to remove something happening against him. But you can't use istishabul hal to say no, he will inherit. Because he must be alive. Because you're doing ilzam upon the other, you're doing ilzam of him being alive. So to bring about, to remove the harm that comes upon him, you can use istishabul hal. But you cannot use istishabul hal to remove something that may come upon him. Are you following? That's what he's saying here. فَيَصْلُحُ لِلدَّفْعِ دُونَ الْإِلْزَامِ. Example. وَعَلَى هَذَا قُلْنَا مَجْهُولُ النَّسَبِ. A person, his nasab is not known. A person, his nasab is not known. Nobody knows his nasab. Now, لو ادعى عليه أحد رقا. لو ادعى عليه أحد رقا. If somebody claims what? Riq, that he's my slave. لا يصير مرقوقا بمجرد الدعوة باستصحاب الحال. He wouldn't become a slave just by making a claim. You've got witnesses that he was a slave or his mother was a slave, and why? We will use istishabul hal as a dalil للدفع, to remove any accusation against him. How is everybody born? Free. So you can't, istishabul lil hal, we say he was born free, that's a default ruling, and there's nothing to prove otherwise. And we don't know his nasab. So we don't know his nasab, by default what's he going to be, free or slave? Free. So istishabul hal, we use it, but how? للدفع, to remove the riq upon him. So if you make a claim that he's my slave, bring evidence. However, ثُمَّ جَنَى عَلَيْهِ. If the mudda'i, the person who made the claim, this person made the claim is, I what? He's my slave. Then the mudda'i done a jinaya upon him. The mudda'i made a maybe damaged his finger. Yes? لا يجب عليه أرش الحر. The blood money compensation of a free person not binding upon him. Why? We won't use istishabul hal to the ilzam upon the mudda'i. Are you following? The mudda'i claim, yes, the mudda'i has said that he's a slave. Now if he made a jinayah against him, we can't use istishabul hal to say, okay, he was born today, for he's free now when he's mashhur nasab, to say you have to give the full compensation of a free person. Why? That's not istidlalun with the istishabil hal. And this is what ilzam. So in ilzam is not correct, but in daf is correct. You understand? لأن إيجاب عرش الحر إلزام فلا يثبت بلا دليل. It will not be proven without a fresh new dalil. Example number 2. وعلى هذا قلنا إذا زاد الدم دم الحيض إذا زاد الدم على العشرة. If the blood woman in hayd goes for more than 10 days, وللمرأة عادة معروفة, and the lady has an عادة معروفة. What does she have? عادة معروفة. What will happen now? What's the ruling going to be? ردت إلى أيام عادتها والزائد استحاضتها supposed to be. Yeah, استحاضة الدم استحاضتها. We have استحاضة. Yeah, okay. والزائد استحاضة before the time. Okay. Yes. How is this? Why is this? We're saying here, she had, let's say for example, her Ada is 6 days, 7 days. Okay? So her Ada is 7 days. Her Ada is 7 days. Now, 8 and 9 we'll say was also going to be what? The Hayd. When it goes beyond 10, then we say, well, everything was after 7 actually what? Istihada. Why is this? Because what is beyond the Ada, after the Ada, days 8, 9 and 10, it was muttasil with the days 1 to 7. Correct? وَبِدَمِ الْإِسْتِحَاذَةِ, it also joined to Dam al-Istihada. Days 8, 9 and 10 also joined to day 11, 12 and 13. So there's middle days of ihtimal. What is it? Istihada or Hayd? Don't know. Now how can we give tarjih without a dalil? Are you following? So now it's possible it can be both. It's possible that so more than 10 has to be what? More than 10 is what? Is definitely going to be what? Istihada. Less than 10 above Ada can be istihada or Hayd. We don't know. يحتمل الأمرين جميعا. Now to say either one without a dalil is not possible. So what dalil are we going to use? فَلَوْ حَكَمْنَا بِنَقْضِ الْعَادَةِ. If we say no, so now what are we doing now? If we say 8 days, or if we say 10 days is Hayd and the other 3 are istihada, what we do, we made a claim. What's our claim? That the Ada is broken. We've made a claim that the Ada has broken. What dalil do we have? We've got no dalil, that Ada is broken. But what can we do? If we say بخلاف ما بعد العشرة لقيام الدليل على أن الحيض لا تزول العشرة, what we can say, we can do استصحاب الحال, because the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9 months, 11 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, our Ada has been how much? 7. So because our Ada has been 7, we use استصحاب الحال للدف, not daf, but it's better than the ilzam. We do ilzam that the Ada has broken. What's the dalil for that? No dalil. So here we use istishabul hal. And you following? You understand? And then he gives a dalil. وَمِنَ الدَّلِيلِ أَلَا أَنَّ لَا دَلِيلَ فِيهِ. And the example, it goes back to the previous mistake I mentioned before. And the dalil, that istishabul hal is no dalil. Is what? And it's not that except it can be used for dafa, not for ilzam is mafqood. I explained that already. Are you following? فإنه لا يستحق غيره ميراثه. Nobody can inherit him until we reach the age of whatever. However, ولو مات من أقاربه حال فقده. If during his absence somebody dies, لا يرثه ومنه. He will not inherit. Why? We say this is for دفع, this is for إلزام, ويصله للدفع لا يصله للإلزام. فاندفع استحقاق الغير بلا دليل. So nobody else can inherit from him without proving he has died. And he will not be able to inherit from somebody else without dalil. Now one last masala. فإن قيل that you also do استصحاب الحال is a دليل. فإن قيل قد روي عن أبي حنيفة رحمة الله عليه أنه قال لا خمس في العنبر. Ambar is some kind of perfume you get from the ocean. There is no dalil in, there is no khums in ambar, khumus. Like you don't have to give 1/5 to what? You can't take 1/5 out and give it to the Baytul Mal. And he says لأن الأثر لم يرد فيه. There is no athar regarding it. So if you say there is no dalil, there is no athar, no hadith. There is no hadith regarding khums fil umbar. What are we saying here? This is not istisab al-hal, this is actually istillalun bila illatin. Yes? Or this is actually intifa al-illa istillalu ala intifa al-hukm bintifa al-illa. So if you use this phrasing, there's no ambar because no dalil. So there's another dalil. There's another athar, a Quran ayah, a hadith, a qiyas. You following? So Imam Abu Hanifa saying there's no athar, therefore there's no khums. He's doing what? No illa, no hukam. وهو التمسك بعدم الدليل. You understand the argument here? So we're saying here that this is not the argument. The argument is really this. إنما ذكر ذلك في بيان أذره في أنه لم يقل بالخمس في العنبر. Basically, he's not saying. Basically, what he's saying here, ليس هو الدليل. There's no athar, so therefore there's no thing. That's not the dalil. The dalil is the qiyas. He's used qiyas. And there's no athar to go against the qiyas. So when he says there's no athar, no athar, no aqwalu sahaba, no hadith, he's not saying no hadith, therefore means no hukam. He's saying I've got qiyas, and there's no athar to go against my qiyas. So this statement from Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi, he's not doing, his argument is not, there's no athar, so therefore no hukam. He's saying there's a qiyas and no qiyas to go, no hadith to go against my qiyas. So this is not istilal bila dalil. This is not ististat, it's not doing istilal bi intifa al-hukm bi intifa al-illa. This saying there is a hukam. The hukam is qiyas. And when he says there's no athar, no hadith, he's saying here that what? I'm killing my qiyas because there's no hadith to go against my qiyas. Do you understand? So they're actually not doing at-tamassuk bi adam al-dalil, doing tamassuk bil qiyas. Do you understand? Achha. And this is the argument, this is the qiyas that is mentioned in the book. What's the qiyas? وَلِهَذَا رُوِيَ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا سَأَلَهُ أي سأل أبا حنيفة عن الخمس في العنبر فقال ما بال العنبر لا خمس فيه. Why is no خمس العنبر? Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah reply, because it's like samak. It's not ghanima. It's not booty that you take. It's like fish. Are you following? So is it khumus in fish? No. So it's ambar is like, so my qiyas is the ambar is like fish. There's no samak, no ghanima. Sorry, there's no khumus. The Imam Muhammad asked, why is there no khumus in samak? So because like water. There's no khumus in water. Do you understand? So actually what he's done here, he's not done istilal dalil, he's done istilal in the qiyas, and that statement is no athar, is not adamul illa, adamul hukam, but it's actually to say, well, no athar against my qiyas will stand as it is. Do you understand? Allahumma laka alhamdu wa laka al-shukr. Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. So we didn't do it as we should have done it. I don't think, not even to be humble, I mean honestly, because the amount of charts and graphs and clarity to explain it with, due to time limitation I couldn't do it. But nonetheless, we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it nafi and beneficial for us, it means if we were in the hereafter, Allah overlook our shortcomings. And anybody who watches later on, our students, anybody else, may Allah make it nafi for them. Allah make it a means of reward for the hereafter. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.